Hey everybody, it's Jochen Hyde, and then I'm back with the Loka versus DW Desert Wolf campaign, December 31st, 1941. Happy New Year's Eve! Okay, another base captured north of Mindanao. Okay. Got a battleship coming in to bombard Kendari. I guess he's hoping to catch some aircraft there. This is a Issei class battleship, so it should do some pretty decent damage to this place. Let's take a look. Oh, and the Nagato too. Okay. Actually not that great. I wonder why it's so bad. Maybe he was way far out because of the mines, or I'm not too impressed with that bombardment. Pretty quiet on the oceans today. Oh, look at that. He's actually sweeping before he bombs. That's pretty smart. Good for him. Oh yeah. He's definitely sweeping today. He doesn't want to get caught again. And look at, oh, now he's sweeping here. It's just a day late and dollar short, though. That's the problem. He's bombing. He's starting to bring the altitude down a little bit here. That's better. See how he's getting more hits? Despite the weather. He's getting more hits because he's coming down lower. He can come all the way down to 10,000 feet. There's nothing on Luzon that can hurt him at that altitude, flak-wise. There we go. Oh, wait a minute. What did I just say? There's nothing that can hurt him on Luzon flak-wise? Okay, never mind. I don't... We're gonna have to check and see what the heck is there that could do that. I don't even know. Uh-oh! What is this? Oh, no. It's the P-35s. They're back again. We got some gamey stuff going on here. That's what this is. These guys are set to train so they can avoid the sweeps. Mm-hmm. Oh, man. Oh man, these guys are falling apart at the end here. Let's see if they can kill any more. Alright, well still, a great showing by the P-35s. This might be the most successful P-35 squadron in the history of this game. It's gotta be. I've never seen them used so effectively. Uh-oh. What are these? Where'd these guys come from? Guess they showed up a little late to the party, huh? Uh-oh. Oh no, revenge time, huh? I guess the party's over now. Okay. So one P-35 shot down. Sad. But we got a few Sallys before we did. What is all this near Midway? What is that? What's going on here? Alright, let's see what altitude it comes in at today. 16,000 feet. That's really pushing the edge of what you can be effective with. Heavy rain and 11 Sallys, or 11 points of damage done to Sallys, with the flak being what it is. Oof. There's the flag. Even at 16,000 feet, you're not safe. But you gotta come down this low if you want to hit this stuff. Okay, got a PM sweep. You don't see that too often. PM sweeps. $20,000 feet. Very little hits, but very little flak damage. No, here we go again with the industry stuff. I don't like it. It's not good for the Japanese. And he's doing it again. He's gonna level all the industry in China. That was an attempt to do it. Quite a bit of Japanese task forces out here, isn't there? I-3? Playing games with fire out here with these allied American destroyers. Their ASW actually works. Okay. Looks like he's grabbing another base on the DL in the DEI. Let's see what we get for ground combat today. I'm not expecting anything super crazy here. Oh, he's going for it again? Oh, look at that 10th Division. Oh, man. Oh. He went for it again. And it was just as bad as before, almost. Like, why? Like, clearly he didn't bring enough troops here, so why would you do it again? Did you see the AV on that 10th Division? That thing is decimated. Yeah, man. I don't... yeah, that's not... You need to... Yeah, he needs to bring more troops here. He's not going to break through at this rate. He'll run out of stuff first. Oh, look. He split this division up into thirds because it's so beat up that it has to recover faster that way. That's not good. Yeah, this has been a big old grind, too. Okay, bombardment of Winchow. Alright, our daily Clark bombardment. Oh my gosh. Look at the way they're trading here. Not good for the Japanese, not at all. Oh, here we go. So more stuff has finally showed up here at Ambon. That's quite the collection of units. Honestly, it's a lot more than what he started with. Let's see what he does with this. He may be able to take it with this. Oh, I don't know. We'll see. Wow. Okay. Not a great first day for the Japanese at Ambon. However, they do lower the fort. They do inflict some losses. So when I come in here, guys, I bring an entire regiment and at least an armored regiment too. I don't mess around with Ambon. I want to take it down quickly because it's really jutting out there and there's nothing south of you to cover. So I like to hit Ambon. I like to hit it fast. And this is not enough in my opinion. I would have brought in more. Oh, how convenient. The Lusu war area retreats onto the rail lines. Now this rail line is blocked. Okay, we'll take a look at this one. Aircraft losses today. 15 for the Japanese. 3 for the Allies. So the 3 P-35s. We're starting to run out of these in the Philippines. But boy, they've done some good work there. Also, it looks like, based on the amount of ops losses I'm seeing for these Mavis, that Loka is using them for some sort of transport mission. These things always take more ops losses when they're flying troops around or supply or something like that. 15-3. Ship sunk last turn. Nothing reported there. Army lost points looking like only 3-1 advantage for him, which is crazy high. Crazy high. Okay. First, let's check on the Enterprise. No, did I say Enterprise? I meant the other Enterprise class, i.e. the Yorktown. And here it is. As you can see, it looks like he's topped up the aircraft as best as he can. They're repairing. The SPDs are loaded up and ready. They're all good to go. This squadron has its complement of aircraft, so this thing, with the exception of being short a couple Wildcats, is ready to sail. And the reason that I think it might be sailing soon is that a 4-destroyer task force just showed up. These are Mahan class, however you want to pronounce it, Mahan. These are pretty good escorts, and my guess is by next turn we'll see the Yorktown on the road. Let's take a peek at Wake, because did I keep... Man, I haven't even been drinking tonight, guys, I swear. Just drinking water. Midway Island. Unbelievably, the Japanese are back. They're still here. This is a Kido Butai remnant, if not all of it, is still here supporting this. And then we have battleships and cruisers coming in for what I presume is another bombardment. I don't know. I would have thought he would have just cut his losses and called this one a day, but it doesn't seem to me, it seems to me that Loka is doubling down, tripling down, quadrupling down on this Midway thing. He is not letting it go. And I think he's playing a very dangerous game. Now, the thing is that the Allies don't have a lot of supply here. All of the ships that were going to bring supply are hanging out over here, and they're definitely not going in with this guy hanging out. So these ships aren't going to get in there anytime soon. And these guys are now grounded, and I'm presuming they're resting up. Probably because the fatigue levels of the aircraft and the pilots was getting kind of high. Look at that, 79, 136. Whoa. 96, yeah. They're so fatigued from flying those supply missions that they have to be grounded for a few days, or you're going to start taking a lot more ops losses from that. But the result of that is that there's no supply getting in the Midway. So I don't know what his plan is here, but if Loka wants to go for it, I guess he could. I just don't know what he's going to bring it to the table right now. Alright, China, see my last video. I have no further comment on this for the time being. I have no idea what the Japanese strategy is here. It seems muddled and ineffective. I cannot believe he attacked here for a second turn. After the first blowout he had, he went again for it, and it did not go well. These troops are still holding out nicely. They're in good shape. They've got tons of supply. Fort level on ×3 terrain. You need a lot more Japanese troops to push this guy's out, and he did not bring him. He just attacked again. So I don't know what he's planning to do here, but it's not looking good. Not for the Japanese. Burma, still no further activity here. Nothing worth reporting yet. Same thing here in Singapore. Bombing ineffective. Not keeping up with damage. And no move arrow here. That just could be because we don't have detection level on it, but still. No sign of Japanese movement into Singapore yet. Now, let's take a look at these crazy guys over here. Where are they at? These P-35s are awesome, man. Typically, you don't see P-35s doing anything noteworthy in these campaigns, but for whatever reason, Deswolf has been able to get some performance out of them. And here are your pilots. These guys are some heroes right here. And they're not even that good, but they're still putting up a good fight because he's being unpredictable with them. So what he did here, he did some cheese, and I'm talking about Deswolf. If you're listening to me, Deswolf, this is cheesy, but there's no rules, right? He's got these guys set to escort or training at 10,000 feet. And what that does is that it guarantees that these guys avoid fighter sweeps, and there's a chance that your training squadrons will engage an incoming bomber wave and skip the spider sweep, and that's what he did. So that's why it caught the Sallies unescorted, because they got caught up in the raid. I'm air quoting here. In reality, this is a cheesy strat that people do so that they can avoid a sweep and engage the main raid. And again, there's no rules here. They're able to do this. I don't think it's that great. And even Desert Wolf, I don't think thinks it's that great, but I think he's trying to prove a point here to Loka that this no rules stuff is not all it's cracked up to be, and it can be used against you pretty badly. I do want to say one positive thing about Loka's campaign here. I absolutely love what he did on Mindanao. He took every base and pushed or killed off all of the allied units and got them all into Malay with very little left over here. I mean, I'm actually impressed by this, because in my campaign, if you're watching it, I'm 2 months ahead and I'm getting my butt kicked on Mindanao right now. So the way he conducted this operation has been excellent, and I will give him a golf clap for the way that he's got the allies isolated here so quickly. Definitely something I'm going to want to mirror in my future campaigns to pull this off the way he did. Very nicely done. Dutch East Indies is a disaster area right now for the Japanese, I think. We have enemy task forces all over the place, and there's our subs all over the place. He's operating in very dangerous and confined waters here. He did not bring enough troops into Ambon, as evident by the fact that he didn't take it outright. And the 2 Japanese campaigns that I've played, I've taken Ambon on the first time I attacked it, because I bring a lot of stuff in here to knock it out. He did not. He also bombarded Makassar, did a fair amount of damage to the place, so fort building is basically done indefinitely, because with 4 engineers here, it'll take them weeks to repair this. So no more forts on Kindari, and honestly, with this airfield runway damage, there's probably not going to be any more offensive operations out of here either. So I guess the bombardment was a little more effective than what it looked like. Okay. So I was looking around the map before I started recording this, and I see this here. Is this what I think it is? Guys, I am pretty sure that this is an invasion of Horn Island. And I'll tell you right now, I don't think that Loka knows what he's getting into. This is a gnarly collection of troops for the small atoll, okay? This is considered an atoll, which means when the Japanese land on it, it automatically triggers a shock attack on that turn that they land. So they're going to come in, and they're going to hit probably more troops than they're even coming in with themselves. And they're going to get slaughtered here. So next turn, we'll keep an eye out to see if he lands on Horn Island. If he does, I'll be willing to bet $5 that the troops get slaughtered, if not completely eradicated when it comes ashore. I doubt he brought much more than a regiment to this. And why would he? Most allied players don't reinforce Horn Island like this, so you would never expect to come out to this base just to hit this kind of amount of troops here. So it's going to be a rough one. Let's see if they have forts here. Yeah, size 3 forts on an atoll with 250 AV with these guys coming in is a bad day. It's going to be ugly. You know what? I just thought about something. Yeah, you know what? These guys are playing with stacking limits. That's why he didn't bring enough troops. I forgot. This campaign has stacking limits. So, for those of you who aren't aware, there's a modification you can make to the game where you can change the amount of troops that are in a hex, the maximum allowable, right? It's in the parentheses. This is the amount of troops you can have in the hex before you start receiving penalties. And the penalties kind of hurt supply consumption, supply usage, fatigue. I think fatigue and disruption levels as well, potentially, if you exceed that number. And every hex in the game it has stacking limit. Stacking limit, not a level. So if you look, watch my mouse here. If I go up to here, you'll see that the SL, which is the stacking limit, is the maximum amount of troops that you can have in the hex before you have those penalties. So that's why the Japanese came in here with only what they came in with, because that's all they can fit into the hex, right? The stacking limit is 40,000. So if you come in here with more than 40,000 troops, you're going to incur penalties, and you can't fit more than that amount of troops in there without doing it. In fact, if I were a betting man, I would think that he's already exceeding the stacking limit with the troops that he's got in the hex as it is. Now, stacking limits, in my opinion, completely changes the ground game in this game. I don't play with them yet. I don't think I'm ready for it because it's a lot of extra management and you know, logistics that you have to deal with. If you would like to, if you're new to this game and you'd like to know what the implications of stacking limits are, put a question in the comment or come over to my Discord and we can have a larger conversation about it. But that explains a lot now. I totally forgot about this. These guys are playing with stacking limits, and that's going to change the amount of troops that the Japanese and the Allies can stuff into a hex. Here's another one. This hex here, right, has 40,000 troop limit, and this is look what Desert Wolf has 39,848 troops in there. So he's good at managing the stacking limits and keeping the maximum amount of troops you can have in a hex without exceeding it, so he doesn't take excessive penalties. But it's good for the defender, and I think it's bad for the attacker because the attacker can't bring the necessary weight in there to push these guys off, and they're constantly having to rotate divisions in and out to stay at a stacking limit. You know what? I'm going to go off on... I'm just going to keep talking for an hour about stacking limits, but it does change the way that I see things now, and now I understand why Loka seems to be like under trooping hexes. It's because they have stacking limits. I'm sorry I didn't think of that. Okay, again, if you have questions, ask. I'll be happy to answer them for you as best as I can. All right, let me finish up this video and say that Solomon's is, other than this Horn Island disaster that's might be coming, he's just cleaned up some dot bases here, and no further activity sighted anywhere around New Caledonia. No ships, no extra troops. A couple subs off of Newcastle, no big deal. Real quick, let's take a look and see where the Enterprise is at with its repair. 2 days left. Okay, those guys are going to do some ASW. And there it is, guys. There it is. I think I was right. The Lexington appears to be heading in to the Dutch East Indies here. My guess is that it's going to try to get up into somewhere in here and engage... I think it's going to come out this way and try to engage some of these ships out here, pick them off as they come past this line. But we're probably about 3 to 4 days away from that happening, so we'll watch this. But so far, my theory is correct. Desert Wolf hasn't told me anything about this. He is, in fact, sending at least Lexington towards the Dutch East Indies to probably do some disruption there. So let's see how it goes. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll catch you on the next one.